In the society where the levels of stress/status pressure are constantly being raised, numerous people are left trying to be mediocre while dreaming of a lucky leap forward. Here's the thing. All that you ever needed to know to change your life is out there, waiting for you to discover it. This first section of presentation involves breakdown of 15 best practices that are capable of getting you to high-performance realm and individual development. It does not matter whether you want to become rich and build your business one day or you just want to become better at managing your own life. This knowledge will help with both. Has it ever happened to you when you become an observer to happy and successful people and you are still jobless or poor? Combined with that, I will show possible ways to earn money and how to create a prosperous future. Prepare yourselves for the transformation that will make you unleash the champion within and learn how these secrets will transform your life. Poker easily qualifies as one of the games that put application of skills in risk analysis and decision-making in high-risk situation to the ultimate test. I consider myself a fan of poker and thus, putting myself in the action, I picture myself sitting at a table, piles of chips in front, and tension in the air. That's why it can be said that during such moments players start not only to read their opponents but also the game. The same as in poker, the right time to fold or to raise may define the winner in business more often than not. For example, let us image an entrepreneur who is using data analysis techniques in order to assess a new business venture. In this, as in pot odds, potential enemies become potential friends, and by judging the chances for the adverse as long as you outweigh the chances for the favorable you can make a better life. The capacity to think clearly, remain cool-headed and flexibility of strategies is vital for anyone interested in working for him or herself and other family members. When exploring this type of strategic thinking any further, just one might ask how other games could also be beneficial for self-improvement and building character. In general, strategy games are an excellent source of knowledge for a person who has set his sights on achieving high results in the business environment. Business strategies also call on players to focus on long-term goals, properly allocate resources as well as look for the intentions of competitors. Picture a game of chess. Everything has its place and any choice made in the game can either be a win or a loss. Such thinking is critical when engaging in spinning the cobwebs that characterizes the entrepreneurship process. For instance, a business person applying for this course may require these skills to decide where to invest his or her money or how to organize a marketing strategy with reasonable returns on the capital outlay. Through learning these abilities through strategy games, people enhance their strategic thinking and prepare themselves for the times of setbacks. It is a very interesting and exciting feeling to be able to outmaneuver an opponent, but in doing so, it links into how to use these concepts practically. The more we extend our learning on self-development, the more it becomes interesting to learn how other aspects can complement the decision-making abilities. Retail arbitrage is certainly what eBay reselling is all about. It is a perfect example of identifying opportunities for arbitrage, which is fundamental for generating revenues in the modern world. Consider a person walking through the aisles of thrift stores or garage sales, pointing out such overlooked items that can be bought for cheap and then sold to eager buyers online. This skill of finding hidden value is like the thinking of an entrepreneur constantly looking for ways to add and make value out of market gaps. For instance, an intelligent reseller sells cloth from an earlier period at an affordable value yet effectively promoting it to the targeted beneficiaries, creating a tiny investment and a bright future brought about by financial freedom. In addition, all these activities help to create business perseverance as one is put through twists and turns associated with internet commerce while at the same time achieving personal growth through making mistakes. As more ways are discovered to improve business savvy, the possibilities that other pastimes can improve our senses of enterprise is great. Although board games are considered just a fun pastime, they are actually an excellent simulation of an actual strategic and negotiating preparation area. As vividly as see several friends enjoying the snacks at the dinner table as they play the Settlers of Catan or Monopoly game. Every decision and action involves strategy and analysis of power and compatibility and the likely consequences. These interactions are modeled after actual business settings where compromise and analysis skills are as critical as they can get. For instance, as people engage in bargaining, estimating and bargaining, or when signing a particular contract or making a particular alliance, it can easily and effectively be used to gain higher ground and improved working relationships. For that matter, board games involve stiff competition. A player learns to endure the setback and sharpen strategies for the subsequent games. I find it quite fascinating that, in other facets of personal development, These games can actually boot one's skills in being able to survive and succeed in the business environment. It is therefore apparent that card collection, whether in sports or in trading card games, gives lessons on value and its scarcity that mirror investment lessons very well in art and other objects, including collectibles. Starting with a collector who spends time studying the available market for a particular card and knowing how much the card is worth given its condition, popularity, and age. This process not only makes one very analytical but also makes one learn how to make something desirable. For instance, an individual who buys limited edition art prints will still use the knowledge acquired from card collecting in the selection of prints that will be on the market for quite some time. This paper believes that the excitement of a secret quest ensures that people become financially wiser and consequently, live enhanced lives. Through supply and demand dynamics and supply chain risks, collectors are ready to overcome volatility and make sound choices. Looking at these hobbies, it is rather inspiring to ponder how they can create a foundation for future entrepreneurial experience as we continue the search for ways to build up the business smarts. Pursuing an independent music career or training for the Olympics means being more disciplined and persevering, definably qualities any startup owner would like to have. Imagining the effort needed to train on your own day in day out and how one persists through pain and mishaps. This commitment is tangible in the modern business world where vocation determination depends more on a person's tenacity to work harder in case of difficulties. For instance, a naive business person could derive inspiration from an athlete's training method in that it creates routine work habit and achievable targets. In the same way that athletes training work on strategies that are failed in and improved on, business owners must be prepared to adapt and evolve. The pressure of competition, especially in individual sporting disciplines, also helps in developing ability to face the high-pressure environment that accompanies entrepreneurship. This enlightenment of the factors that foster personality and career development, therefore finding how athletic experiences improve leaders of tomorrow, is fascinating. Education in poor countries might be due to the fact that poverty nurtures the spirit of desperation and puts more effort in order to fare better. This desire can fuel a strong desire that make them chase for high performance in different areas of life. Imagine a young person living in a context of restrictions in terms of financial capital and still having ability of generating income, for example, through entrepreneurship or self-employment. This spirit of entrepreneurship is brought about by survival, and such stories emphasize on aspects such as perseverance. For instance, a person may discover how to transform a craft from home into a business, and this will amplify the potential of personal development when facing hardships. A form of doggedness to succeed, especially in difficult circumstances, foster a positive disposition for achievement of the goals, thus, a better tomorrow. The more avenues of self-improvement that are discovered, the more encouraging it is to investigate the ways experiences build the goals and potentials of those in search of accomplishments. Invitations to math or physics Olympiads prepare individuals for analysis and mathematical skills that lend themselves to business organizations. Think of a student walking in problems and issues, developing high levels of critical thinking skills, problem solving, and working under pressured conditions. Not only does it give them the raw intellectual edge, but also the psychological state of mind needed to succeed in whatever endeavor he or she wants to embark on. For instance, a participant may use the logical reasoning that is fostered by these competitions to make good decisions on matters such as market trends or even analyzing financial records, leading to better quality of life. It is very useful for entrepreneurs to be able to analyze complex problems into components, especially when one is trying to seek ways to operate much more efficiently with better tactics. Digging into new pathways of our personal development, we can observe that these academic struggles help to build the necessary skills for solving the issues in the business environment. Winding down this part of the exploration of the topic, it is imperative to stress one underlying theme. Knowledge constantly strives to become action. So my recommendation to readers who are fascinated by these insights is to go ahead and use them in real life, to put into practice the improved decision-making from poker or the tenacity acquired from individual sports. What actions will you put in place today that will improve your current lifestyle? This is just the beginning. For our next video, we'll go further to describe even more great techniques that will help you to learn and improve, all the way to your next stage of improvement. So, if you are ready to take control over your future, don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification button. You won't want to miss what's coming next.